Alrighty, welcome back to, I believe, episode 8 of the Cayeluhb Podcast. The fact that we've been doing this for 8 separate episodes is actually pretty crazy to me. I'm very, very proud of myself for doing this, and I am very, very thankful that you guys actually listen. I am indebted to you because I cannot do this without you. I appreciate that there are people out there that are really taking my hard work and appreciating it. Even if it's just background noise and you're not really paying that much attention to it, that's perfectly fine. I appreciate the support regardless. Before I get started, again, I just want to put a quick disclaimer out there that I am not qualified to give serious advice. This isn't anything that should be taken in replace of professional help or therapy or anything along those lines. This isn't even an advice column. This is just me answering questions that people have given me based on my opinion, based on my own thoughts, and that's really all that this is. I also wanted to let you guys know that because I'm kind of running out of questions. So by the way, if you have any questions, please email dbdcaleb @gmail.com. That email will be in the description. Please send literally any question you have and you want me to answer to that email. You can request that it's anonymous, or it can be revealed who you. I would say your first name. I obviously wouldn't do first and last name because that's doxing you. But yeah, I would be more than willing. But because I am running out of questions, I've decided that I'm going to start only answering 3 questions on these solo episodes and having them only be about 15 minutes long. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into question number 1. And question number 1 comes from Ryan. This question was emailed in, so thank you, Ryan. I appreciate your support. Ryan asks, what is something exciting that happened to you recently? And my teammates know, as I'm recording this on Tuesday night. It's 5:43 p.m. right now. I'm kind of behind schedule. I should have been recording this at yesterday at this time so I could be editing now, but that's okay. I'm just going to be up late exporting tonight, which is fine because I have first period study hall tomorrow, so I'll sleep in. So my teammates know that I just heard from the college that I was waiting on. I just heard from Ithaca College that I am in their sound recording tech program with a pretty good scholarship. Like a very, very sizable scholarship, and that's without financial aid too. So I'm still waiting to see what I get offered for that. Excuse me one sec. Sorry about that, guys. So I'm still waiting to see what their financial aid from FAFSA will look like, but now I have a decision to make. So there are 2 schools that I applied to. I applied to Western Connecticut State University and to Ithaca. And the thing is that Western is close to where I am. It's closer than Ithaca, at least. It's somewhere that would have similar weather to what I grew up with. Their program is good. It's not bad by any means. It's cheaper, and I can run with their cross-country track team. They're Division 3, but they're a decent Division 3 team. They've won their division in the past 2 years. So that's definitely something that I'm looked into somewhere that is, top 2 right now for me. And then Ithaca has a really, really phenomenal program for what I want to go into as a sound recording technology guy and as a studio engineer. Their program is really, really terrific, and I was very, very excited. I just found that out that I was in about 3 hours ago. So it was great stuff. I'd been really, really stressed out because their program is great. And actually, I have a funny story. So all the auditions were virtual this year, right? Because obviously I can't really go up, sing in person with somebody. That's breaking all kinds of quarantine rules. But we did a virtual audition. And basically the way it worked was I before the actual audition, it was more of an interview than anything, but before that they had me in a breakout room with some of the guys who were in the program right now, and one of them noticed my gear and messaged me, and he was like, "Hey, that's an Audio Technica AT2020, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, it is." And like we talked in the chat about that, so that was really cool. I told him about the board it was running through. I told him about how I used the board for my band, and he sent me back a link to like a project that they had mic'd like at Ithaca, of one of the bands at Ithaca, and it was incredibly done. Oh my goodness, excuse me. I'm voice cracking out here, but yeah, my voice is a little sore. I had 3 hours straight of singing today, and then I ran in the cold air, so excuse me if my voice quality isn't what it normally is. But yeah, we basically, like, he sent me that and it was phenomenal, and we talked, and then I got into the interview. They played a clip for me of like a recording of like someone playing a violin, and then they asked, like, as a sound engineer, how would you tweak this? And I talked about like how there was background noise, I would add a noise gate, stuff like that, blah blah blah. And then they started to ask me, like, what experience do you have? Oh, I'm proficient in Audacity. I'm releasing my podcast twice a week. I'm making music. I'm releasing an EP by the end of April. You know, I'm mixing music for my band, like a bunch of stuff like that. And they were like, wow, okay. And like one of the guys asked me, like, how'd you get into engineering? And I told him about a book I read called Here, There, and Everywhere, about the studio engineer for the Beatles, and how fascinated I was by it, and how that really made me decide that was something that I wanted to go into and do as a career. And he recognized the book, and that was pretty cool. So yeah, I thought the audition went very, very well. So I moved my setup, because normally my setup's in my room for streaming, and my room is fine. It's a little dirty, but it is certainly not the place that I would want to have a college audition. So I had a white backdrop downstairs in my study, and I did my audition there. So I had to move my board, and I had to move my mic and set everything up. As I'm unpacking all my stuff, I realized that I never plugged my board into my computer. So my AT2020 was not running into my computer, and my computer was defaulting to the built-in mic. So I had an awesome setup in front of me. I had my board in front of me and my mic, and people were chatting with me about it. And then I would come on the computer and sound like shit because it was my built-in mic. So that was embarrassing, but no one said anything, so hopefully we can just see that Zoom butchers audio and leave it at that. So yeah, so that's very exciting. I have to make the choice between Ithaca and Western, but I have plenty of time to do that, and when I make the choice, I will let you know. Our next question comes from Joe, and Joe asks, did anything make you upset today? So nothing in particular made me upset today. But last night I had a very, very heartbreaking moment over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Cayeluhb, Cayeluhb. For those of you that don't know, I'd been playing Minecraft Hardcore. I've had a world for about 5 months, and it was a good world. I had a full house. I had a nice enchantment table. I was living in a village. I had a villager breeder set up. I was working on a mob grinder. You know, like these were all sizable projects, and I had really worked hard on them over the span of this 5 months, and I was very, very proud of the world. And last week on Friday, I beat the Ender Dragon and beat the game, so it was very, very exciting stuff. Last night it was the first stream since I beat the Ender Dragon, so obviously the next logical thing to do was find an end city and get an elytra. So did that. I was terrified of that because I always die in the end. I'm shitty with the elytra. I'm really bad at staying on the platform. I always fall into the void. I was playing on a realm with my friend Nikki, and I fell into the void with like mending elytra, prot 5 mending, full netherite, like all my shit, and I just never joined the realm again after that. Like it was very heartbreaking. But yeah, that actually went fine. I came back, I had an elytra, I felt awesome. And I also got like a Fortune 2 pick from one of the chests, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go get some more diamonds. and I went down to the mine and I started stripping. I was getting diamonds like crazy. I had 45 diamonds, and I dug into a cave. And I had literally said before I came into the cave, okay, I'm gonna go through this cave and then I'm gonna surface. Next vein of diamonds, I'm coming back up to the surface. And I came into the cave. There was a lava pool, darkness, and there was another lava pool on the other side. And I had my elytra on instead of my chest plate. And my chest plate had blast protection on it. My elytra just had mending. Obviously, you can't put protection on an elytra. And I flew through the first lava pool. I was like, okay, nothing here. I was like, oh, the next lava pool's over there. I wasn't thinking. I was just like, okay, I want to get diamonds. And I just ran through the dark part without my chest plate on. I had torches in my offhand instead of my shield. I didn't see a creeper. There was a creeper right in front of me. I was like, okay, no problem. I'm just going to shield. Tried to shield. Placed a torch. Had my elytra on, not my chest plate. Ate a creeper explosion in the face. I was on 7.5 hearts and I died. I died with 3/4 diamond, prot 3 on all of it, to a creeper explosion. That is how bad creepers are in hard mode Minecraft, and hardcore Minecraft. And so that world ended. I'm gonna take a break and then I'm gonna start playing on the Gromic SMP, which by the way is awesome. Shout out to Gromic. I know he's probably not listening to this, but Grom is a Terraria YouTuber whose SMP that I'm on. They're only like it's a pretty big SMP. There are like 70 people on it, but I really have not put in a lot of progress on that. But that's what I'm going to be playing on Tuesday night, which I'm recording right now, so you guys won't know. But on Thursday night and Friday night, I'm going to be playing over there. And you can find that on twitch.tv/Cayeluhb, Cayeluhb, from 9 to 10:30 on Thursdays and Fridays. I might actually be playing a Rocket League tournament on Thursday, or tonight, but we'll see. I'll definitely play the SMP at some point. So yeah, that was upsetting. Again, you can find that content on twitch.tv/Cayeluhb, Cayeluhb. Moving on to our third and final question. This question comes from my good friend Sam, and Sam emailed this question too. And Sam asks, would you ever get a tattoo, and if so, what would it be? So I thought about this for a while, because I've thought about getting tattoos in the past. I'm really into like aesthetics. Like I'm really into visuals, like cool wallpapers and shit like that. Like I have like a 600, 700 plus picture folder on my iPhone of just like sick aesthetic stuff. I'm really into that. So like tattoos are definitely something that I've considered. One tattoo idea that I thought was really cool is I saw it on Instagram. This guy on his calf had all his track PRs, and anytime he ran a new PR, he would go to the tattoo parlor, get it crossed off, and then have a new one. So like for me, I would probably on one like have my 5K PR, and on one like have my mile PR. So my mile PR right now is 4:59. My 5K PR is 17:59. 1 second under two pretty big milestones. So kudos to me. I'm gonna run faster than 4:59 this season. And after I'm gonna run at least 4:48, but I'm gonna run 4:44 and make states regardless. So that would be something I definitely consider is the PR tattoos. I'd also consider getting like one of my favorite Bible verses. Like I said in the first episode, I'm a pretty religious guy. Not like super religious to the point that I'm, like the Vatican just recently passed today that homosexuality is a sin and blah 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 blah. And some of you might sense the irony in that. I am certainly not someone who believes that everything in the Bible should be taken literally. And again, this is my opinion. We're entering some maybe, ambiguous territory. So again, this is all my opinion. I'm just a 17-year-old kid talking out of my ass, but I am a Christian who believes that love thy neighbor is the most important teaching from the Bible. And that is really the most important part of Jesus' teachings and what he was telling us when he came to earth. So for a tattoo, I might get the verse that's like like through Jesus I can do all things, use my strength. It's a really popular one. There's that one. There's love thy neighbor, obviously, which I just talked about. There are a few ones that I really like, that I might get tattooed. I don't know. I think I would definitely consider getting a tattoo. I don't know if I can actually like do it, because I don't know. I'm a bit of a scaredy cat. I'm like I know something. When I know something's gonna hurt, I get like really scared of it, even though I know it's not gonna hurt that bad, and I can tough through it. And once I start doing it, it's not as bad as I expect it to be. It's like running. Like that's why I get so scared before races, which is stupid. But yeah, that's obviously not the one reason, because I'm aware of that. There's definitely a lot more that goes into it. There's a lot of anxiety packed into racing for me. But I don't know, in terms of other tattoos I would get, maybe I would get like some of my like my favorite pieces. Something else that I talked about like a while ago, I want to say like 2 summers ago, is getting tattooed like across my chest like all the bands I play with. So I played with total right now 3 bands. And then just like every band I play, let's just add it, which I think would be cool, but I don't know, chest tattoo seems scary. I feel like that would hurt the most, just on your gut. Okay, but the people who get their eyelids tattooed or like their pupils tattooed, Jesus Christ, that is, I can't even begin to comprehend that. But that's all I have for you guys today. So thank you very, very much for listening again. I really appreciate that. Thank you for your support. If you have any questions, please, I need more questions. You can email them to dbdcaeleb@gmail.com, or you can join the Discord server and send them in there. That will be linked in the description, as well as my Twitch channel and my Spotify. Thank you guys so much for listening, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you. This is Caleb signing off.